Hello, I have returned, and thank you all for being very patient as I took my break there in between streams. So, I have come
Hello.
back with some. Hello again, Shy Cat. Thank you for
Hello.
returning. Hello, hello. So, I have returned with some Planet Zoo. And I know that I said I was going to build more fake enclosures the next time that I played, but I changed my mind. I'm going to be working on filling in some more spaces, like this one right here as I flashbang us all. We have an odd little space here, but I remembered that somewhere in my blueprints I have something from the workshop that someone created. Unfortunately, I do not remember the creator's name, but they made a yokai parade. And although we are a little far away from the red pandas here, I still think that maybe putting that in here would be the right plan. If I can find it. With my luck, it is in fact labeled as Yokai Parade, and it's all the way at the bottom. Let's see. There is also this big old fox statue. But it might actually be a little big for the spot. It's very tempting, though, I must admit. I do love me my foxes. Now. Yes, it's a very nice fox that somebody else made. I'm not quite as good at making things, like, into things. You know what? Let me take control of this in a more direct manner. See, we have this lovely parade here. If I can get it set properly. The only problem being they're going the wrong way. Oh, if they were going the other way, this would be perfect. Because the big bulge is here. That is a pity. I guess we're gonna have to use the giant fox after all, folks. What is this sign here? Oh, hide me. It's marking where the ground is supposed to be. Ah, I see. So if I just sort of tuck it down there. And like this. Ha ha! That's a good fox. Okay, and I'm feeling like we need just a little bit more in this spot. No, not rocks. Where are my ground cover plants? I don't know if the asters are quite right here. We could use the autumn leaf litter, but I don't actually have any trees around here to justify that. I'm also thinking now that I have placed this sign, I'm just going to get rid of it because the light is a little weird. There we go, much better. I mean, the lamppost does a pretty good job of lighting up the fox, but actually... Oh, actually it does not do a very good job of lighting up the fox, does it? I will fix that in a minute. But first, ground cover. I don't think the bearberry is quite right. I'm kind of wanting, like I want a little bit of color. So I'm not going to just use the grass. Put a lantern on the fox head as if it's carrying it. Maybe. That's probably not going to light the fox well enough though. I could use the campion moss and the carpet moss. I'm not sure about the pink with the bright orange fox though. Maybe if I just use the carpet moss? Now, I don't think that will be quite right either. Not the pig face either. Cornflowers. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it. Crowberry bush. No. That's not low ground cover. This is a little too much. I need subtlety. Subtlety! That's a tree. Not hostas either. Hydrangeas sit too high. There's the lady ferns. They're better on a different surface, to be honest. I'd like to keep the short grass here, just because I like the way that it looks here, but what about if I used buttercups? Buttercups might do it. If I do like this, so that they barely stick up. Sort of like that. The ground is not actually flat around here, so I do have to watch my heights. Oops. Yeah, I think the buttercups are the right choice. There. Just a little subtle. Just a little subtlety. Okay, now let's turn off the mouse light, the cursor light. Definitely gonna need to do something because the street lights are not enough. And in fact, this one should be over here. Okay, lights. Floor lights? No, unless... That does kind of seem like a lot, doesn't it? It might be a little too bright there. The shining fox. I don't think that's quite right either. Maybe if we use the spotlight but we dim it a bit. Like if I just plunk that down there. And we can mess with the light. Like if I sort of do like that. Hmm. Like that? I think like that. Behold the glow! Yeah, it's gonna be a magic glow. There we go. Ta-da! Admittedly, the people on the train do not get to enjoy the fox the way the people on the path do, but boy, do the people on the path get to enjoy the fox. Please do not mind the light ring thing. It's just a thing the game does. Ah, she's magnificent. I'm just going to turn my cursor light back on again. So I still need a little more filler over here and a lot more over here, but we are starting to look a lot better. Actually, you know what? Let's just use some of these babies. Just to fill in this area a little more. I want the staff to be able to look out the windows and see the train though, so... What if I just copied the Aquilaria tree instead?
Emotional damage.
Mystic, hello! Welcome back to the stream. Nice to see you. I see you found the sound alerts and saved up a few points. Yeah. Yeah, that works a little bit better for me. I don't love this gap, but I'm not sure what to do about it. Okay, wait, what if I bring this over here, like this? Points, yum. I'm going to use that sound so often in a D&D campaign. Well, yeah, that is totally a thing that you can do. Not just streamers are restricted to using blurp accounts, and there are a lot of free sounds in there. You can spend days. Oh, thank you very much for the lurk, Shy. I hope you enjoy. I do actually have a lurk command, but it only says you're going to a cat cafe. Okay, so I moved that tree, so then I can move this one sort of more like this. And then this one like this. And then we'll bring this one over here like this. Oh, that's really close to the train. Oh boy, that's really close to the train. Let's bring that in a little. Nice, just writing up a new issue of the Mystical Morning. Ah, I see, I see. I fear I might have a case of floating trees here. Let me... Oh, no, nope, that's not floating. They're not floating. The trunks are actually touching the ground under here. Okay. That actually feels worlds better. I do need something along here, and here, and very much something along here, but this area is really starting to come together. My giant glowing fox statue says so. Yes, the service that I have my rewards for bits through is difficult for people who aren't streaming to use, but Blurp, that's usable by pretty much anybody. As long as you can project sound somehow, you can use Blurp. We'll use these lovely trees as ground cover through here. Whoops! Not like that. Never like that. Discord soundboards, let's go. But yes, all of my channel point rewards are Blurp ones. And then the other service, oh dear, who were they again? I don't know. It says right on their board. So if you really want to know, just, you know, scroll down on my page a little bit if you're not on mobile. And yes, these are entire ass trees that I'm using as bushes here. It's one of my favorite techniques in this game. They make such fluffy bushes. And frankly, the game algorithm counts trees as being more decorative than other plants. So when I put down a lot of trees like this, people think it's pretty. Let's be careful I'm not poking through the fence too much here. There. It's okay if I poke through the fence a little bit. That is semi-realistic. But if like half the plant is sticking through the fence, we have a problem. Oh no! It's very hard to place this when the train is in the way. Yeah, like that. But yes, these are entire trees, and I did goof up right here. This one, well, I'll show you. It's a whole tree. But I'm only using the top. The tops of trees make for very fluffy bushes. Okay. I think... let's just pull this out towards the walkway just a little bit more. Hey, somebody's using the bench. It's happening. It's actually happening. Somebody's using the rest area that I created for them. Look at you using the rest area, whoever you are. Elaine Barron. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with something else for this little narrow strip here just because it's so narrow. I'm not gonna be able to use the trees. But still, this area looks a lot less empty now. Progress is being made. A giant fox has been added to the zoo. Admittedly, this is not the area where I'm going to be putting my red foxes, but you know, I can't be mad at me for putting more foxes in the zoo. We do still need some more filler around this area. And especially like on either side of this dealio here. But I think we're doing pretty well as far as attractiveness goes. And people are in fact using... oh, why? How? Did you guys climb the railing? For shame! But yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Oh my goodness, somebody's actually walking over here? I didn't think anybody would come over here. There's nothing over here. I mean, I'm going to put a habitat and a restaurant in over here, but I haven't actually decided whose habitat yet, so we're just holding off on that decision-making process. Okay, let's fill in this area right here in the snake garden. The question is how to fill in this area of the snake garden. I really like the tree. So I'd like the tree to be kind of the centerpiece. So we don't want what's going on at the base of the tree to be detracting from it. So we want something fairly subtle. Why does that tree keep changing shape depending on how zoomed in I am? Let's just adjust this just a little. There seems to be some sort of visual glitch with the base of that tree, so I'm just gonna tuck it down just a little and hopefully do away with the problem. Yes, we have done away with the problem. Excellent. Okay. So we've got these really big bushes, and we've got this really nice tree, and of course this mushroom, which needs to be moved. You need to be closer to the path. Thank you. But yeah, what do I do with the rest of this space? I think if I filled it with daisies, that would be detracting from the awesomeness of the tree. Maybe if I did the grasses thing? Like... like there's the bluegrass. Like we can grass zone this. That might not be too bad. We'll get the big one and the medium one and the small one. We're definitely going to use the green ones for this. We're going to unmow the grass. Now, I'm trying to remember which one is longer, the drin grass or the buffalo grass. We're gonna have to check. B-U-F-F. Okay, that's the buffalo grass, which is not as long as the long grass. And then the drin grass, which is longer. Okay. So we want the bluegrass and the drin grass, I think. Although the buffalo grass is a more appropriate color, we might want to mix all three. Now, make sure this grass is sitting upright. And then adjust the height so that it's about the same as the game's long grass, like that. And then we just get in there. Just let the bluegrass live up to its name. It doesn't have to be perfect coverage. It just has to be enough coverage to detract from the whole thing that's happening over here. like to use the bluegrass because it always feels weird to me to see long grass with no seed heads in it. Admittedly, the dry bluegrass does do a much better seed head effect than the green bluegrass. But I think that little bit of purple blue that's going on here is just complementary. Okay. And tuck this little one in anywhere where it seems overly open. Like, mostly what I'm trying to do is fool my own eye away from these bright green grass panels. Which is also why I'm going to be using this stuff. Because I can just sort of run it underneath everything else and use it to blur the panels. So that it makes them a lot harder to see. I feel like maybe I should have grabbed a larger patch of this stuff, because this is going to take a really long time. Although admittedly, like with the bluegrass, I don't have to have perfect coverage. I just have to have enough. Keep the trees alone, they add some contrast to the area. Maybe add some more grass. Unmows grass, my soul felt that. I don't know how long that comment has been there, but it has brought me joy. Thank you. Oh man, why did I grab a medium patch? Oh boy. I should have grabbed a medium and a large. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just using this buffalo grass to basically darken out the area. And of course an ad plays as soon as you finished reading the comment. Well, my apologies. I do not have control over when the ads play. I gave that up to make my life easier. But what I said is that your comment brought some joy into my soul, so thank you. Whoop! Oh. And then I messed myself up. Okay, not the bluegrass, not the bluegrass, not... No, stop grabbing the bluegrass. No! No, not that. Not that. Please, please stop grabbing the bluegrass. Okay, let's try doing it this way. Okay. Aha! So yeah, I'm just using the buffalo grass here to basically darken things up so that it's not quite so... So the green is not quite so French here. We need less of a French green and more of a forest green is not quite the right word. We just need to make this less French, okay? It just needs to be less French. Take my word for it. N'est-ce pas un pipe? Yeah, when it comes down to it, the default ground cover for both the long grass and the short grass in this game is just a little too much of a yellow green, a French green, to be really useful as a backdrop for anything. So I'm not erasing the French green, but I am sort of, what's the right word? Occluding? Mellowing? I'm mellowing it out. There's a lot of people who will tell you that this is easier to do on pause, and they are right, but I just like running the game. Okay, let's turn off the multi-selection tool because it has served its usefulness now. So now we take the large drin grass, which is a longer grass and thus closer to the long grass of the game. We'll just tuck that down just a little. And we'll just sort of scatter it through. You can create a lot of nice effects with your plants, by mixing them. generally in mixing them in ways that nature never intended. Oh dear, the bluegrass is taking over again. That's the buffalo. There's the drin grass. So yeah, while it's true that these three kinds of grasses would never meet each other in nature, you put them together in-game with the game's own long grass. And you get this pretty glorious effect. There's a lot of people who swear by the buffalo grass in this game, but you know, you shouldn't sleep on the drin grass because it is a much more irregular shape and ends up looking a lot more natural when you mix it with the buffalo grass. Admittedly, with a lot of animals, you can't get away with that. But we're only dealing with human animals here. And they can't tell where anything's from. Although it is conceivable that the bluegrass and the buffalo grass would grow in similar areas. It must be admitted that the drin grass, I don't think it ever gets to meet the buffalo grass or the bluegrass, being as it's from an entirely different continent. But it looks insanely good with the bluegrass. I love mixing the drin grass and the bluegrass. There's something about the slightly silvery tips that you get with the drin grass that just makes the bluegrass look amazing. And vice versa. But yeah, when you mix these really 4 kinds of grass together, you get this really nice effect. Because yeah, it must be admitted that the terrain feature, the painted on long grass, just, it doesn't look right. It looks unnatural. Something is weird and wrong. But as soon as you add other grasses to it, well, then things start looking pretty good, is what I'm saying. Take a little bit more of this. Just sort of bring out the edges so that they're less clean. When has anyone ever known the edge of a grass to grow clean if you just let it grow? So like that. And like that. And like that. actually, Drin grass was what I was, yeah, Drin grass was what I was on. Okay, I want the small one. And we'll just bring it in here. Nothing more unnatural than a clean edge. Like that. People, it's bad enough my own bluegrass is in my way. If you could just not walk through me, that would be great. There we go. Okay, then we take the grasses off the path. No, Oliver Gill, I did not mean to... There we go. Okay. And now the tree still stands out, but we have this really nice, like, expanse of lightly colored grass. And the edge of the grass panel is completely hidden. It's under there somewhere. But while I know it's there, I can't see it anymore, and so life is good. I do still have this little hole here, though. Wait, didn't I have... Wait a minute. There was something... I think I was using it over here to... Ah, yeah, there it is. Nitaria retusa. Come with me! Whoops. That's... I did not quite go in the right direction. Back this way. Come on. You shouldn't be underground. Why are you over there? Come back here. There you are. We just tuck the Nitaria in here. And it just sort of fills out the bottom of these bushes. And makes it look better. I don't think there's any way that I can fill in this bit here, though. Nope, guess not. Okay. I do not know why the Nitaria retusa blends so well with the blackthorn bushes, but honestly, looking gift horses in the mouth is a hobby that nobody should propagate. They just work really well as filler at the bottom of the hawthorn bushes. I don't know why, but I'm still very glad that they do. Yeah, they look just enough like the hawthorn bushes that it doesn't seem weird. There. I definitely have more spaces in the snake garden filled than unfilled now. Some areas are definitely going to be harder than others. Like this weird little space here, I have no idea what to do with. I do need more spaces that are like flowers, like I have here, so that this bit doesn't look really, really unnatural. But when you have like clots of flowers like that, it's better to do that in smaller areas than big ones. So I might do that in this like sort of strip here, but I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do that. I mean, I do know that I was thinking of using these plumeria flowers, and past me was not wrong for thinking that. That's a good one to use. I have used them elsewhere in the garden, but in a very different application. It's the plumeria flowers that are in my red expanse here. And they are helping a lot. I do really enjoy the red expanse, but if it weren't for the plumeria flowers and these bushes, I probably wouldn't be able to look at it. But I can use them. I can use them over here and have them look completely different so that it's really hard to tell. Also, I'm not sure what I was thinking putting this here because it's way too close to this. Those are too similar. It would need to be further away. Over here, maybe? Yeah. Why are you folks just standing there? There wasn't even an educator there. What the heck were you people reacting to? Each other? Oh, there must have been an educator there, like, before I got here? That's so weird. But yeah, I think it is time to take a look at my other big project in this region. If we go over here, past my beautiful wild dogs that not enough people love. Look at my beautiful babies. Admittedly, it's better when they're moving, like that one. The African wild dogs are amazing. There's not enough love for them amongst the player base, in my opinion. They're beautiful and their animations are really smooth. Admittedly, they are not as popular with guests as other animals, but, you know, as a zoo builder, they're really easy to build for, and they're just really nice looking. I feel like they're really slept on. What the heck is going on here? Am I... Oh, I am floating above the ground here. Aren't I spectacular? Duplicate. Now, why won't it... Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, let's bring the grid size down. Ah, there we go. Okay, no more weird-ass floating. Excellent. We're not going to talk about that person sticking her tits through the window. But yes, past my beautiful African wild dogs, past my African porcupine building, which I finally did figure out why nobody was coming to look at the porcupines. They can see through all sorts of things, but apparently they couldn't see through these decorative panels that I put over the windows. And as soon as I moved the panels, look what it became in here. They're actually looking at the porcupines now. My girls are getting the appreciation that they deserve. Yep. They're really liking that. But yeah, that was the problem, is that, you know, they can look through solid walls, but apparently they can't look through these copper panels. Ridiculous. But as soon as I moved them, people started looking at the porcupines and not just walking through the building. So yay. But yes, past the porcupines, past the wolverines. I'm very proud of this enclosure. Definitely one of my better enclosures. Extremely happy wolverines in here. But yes, on the other side of the wolverines, we have my extremely ignored lake. And things definitely need to be done here. This is all very unfortunate with my dead lake. This area does also need to be filled in, and what is that? Oh, that's the line. I was like, what's that reflecting over there? It's nothing reflecting. That is my boundary line. That's the edge of my zoo. Or the edge of my available zoo lands. But yeah, the lake is It's a very sad lake. And I mean, I built this platform over the lake, and I might have built it a little tall, but I built this beautiful platform for people and they never use it. They use the tables down here, but they never seem to use the tables up here that I put out for them. They don't use the benches either. It's all very unfortunate. But maybe if I make things prettier around here, they will actually relax on this stuff. Maybe. But yeah, we're gonna start with some rocks, because I do have some very steep edges here and there on the lake, and the best way to work with steep edges is rocks. So I need rocks. I'm going to filter by biome because I specifically want the tiger rocks. And I'm gonna try and do what I can for this shoreline here. This is probably not the right rock. I need something with like straighter edges, I think. Or I need to be doing it this way first. Yeah, I think this is the way to be starting with this. Oh lordy, come back, come back! Oh, this is ridiculously sensitive. Please stop. Start out like this. See, I've been putting this off because I actually hate this part so much. Okay. Whoop. Yeah, you can probably tell why I hate this part so much. Okay, that's like pretty much that steep bit. Whoop. Then we fill in a little and realize that this rock looks terrible. I feel like I accidentally turned off random rotation at some point. What the heck is going on here? What am I doing? Oh, it's been so long since I've done anything like this. Oh, how am I gonna keep this from looking horrific? Too small. Put that in there. Okay. And let's save me from myself by giving myself a little rock texture through here. And not the right soil. Right soil. Better. I don't want to do the entire edge of the lake in rocks though. That's the main problem. So like there'll be some areas of rocks, but I don't want to do the whole lake that way. Like here needs some rocks. Wrong one. Right one. Go back to using this big flat boy. Sometimes a line to surface is awesome. Sometimes a line to surface will make you want to bite off all of your own hair. I hate doing rock on water edges. It's so hard to make it look good. Oh, Rock 2, you'll be my friend, right? Oh, you don't want to be my friend. Oh, no. Just because none of you want to sit flat, or I'm not allowing any of you to sit flat, is no reason to be like this. Just a little, like that. Like that. Sure, like that. paint in a little rock. Especially right around here. Kind of like that, I guess. But yeah, this is exactly why I don't want to rock the entire lake. I don't even know what I'm doing over there. The heck is this angle? Why did I make this part so sharp? That's a rhetorical question. I do know why I did it. I just... Oh, why I do. Oh dear. Okay, not sure rock 8 is really the one that I need here, but... I'm ending up with a lot of oblongs. I need less oblong. Less oblongs, more lumps. Maybe? Oh yeah, okay. Okay, that's what I needed. Okay. It's very important that these rocks not touch the castle, so I'm having a bit of a... Okay, I am not going to bother with the rock texture around these ones. We're just going to go straight for the soil. Like that. I don't really want to do any more rocks. Because I hate doing the rocks. What I want right now, actually, is some periwinkle. Another trick that I picked up from a YouTuber, not the flowers, is that if you're really careful, you can actually use periwinkle leaves as fake duckweed. And I'm trying to remember the exact... I think it's you flip them over. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, wrong one. No. So we have the stuff. That eventually I will get right. The main pity is that they only come in the one size. So I can't have like little bits drifting from one to another. Kind of have to do it this way instead. Whoops. Gotta stop grabbing the wrong axes. She said just as she grabbed the wrong axes again. But yeah, if you turn Periwinkle, upside down. Just on the surface of the water. And, you know, stop lifting it to different levels. You can kind of get a real nice effect. And also I realized that I need to do the rocks like all along here to there. And that just annoys the heck out of me. Alright, angle snap's still on, and I should probably turn off random rotation and align to water for the moment. I don't want to be up here. I want to be down here. Whoop! Not that far down here. Wrong one. And along here. I'm not even sure what I was doing here. Oh, hey, an educator. And like this. No, not the water. I don't want the water. Oh. Oh, it was just an edge of rocks. Okay. Okay. Whoop, no, I don't want to be on top of the path. Rotate this just a little like that. like that. Don't mind me while I try to fix whatever it is I did over here. Although I'm not sure fix is quite the right word. There we go. And why did I do this, you ask? Because I want to extend my fake duckweed. And then I realized that I missed a whole bunch of legs. Oh boy. Oh, right, and random rotation needs to be turned back on. I want to give the general impression that water is flowing that way, which is why I've left a little channel here. But yeah, it's a start. There's people will think this area is prettier, right? Nope, they're leaving. They're leaving. Let's get out of here. They're going home. They don't care how pretty it is. The last thing those ones looked at were the skunks. Okay. I'm going to take a moment here. We're just going to pull up the aquatic plants and only the aquatic plants. Oh, right. Align to water. I think these might be a little bit much. Would definitely like to use the blue lotuses though. They're pretty. And of course willow trees. That goes there. That goes there. And heck, we'll put one of them there as well. Put another big one there. You rarely ever see a willow tree by itself. There's always more than one willow tree. I don't know why there's never only one willow tree, but there's never only one willow tree. It's a very odd phenomenon. I don't think it's worth complaining though, because willow trees look awesome. Now these are currently on the surface, but these normally go in the bottom of the lake, but because it's always dark, you can't see the bottom of my lake, so I'm really not going to bother. There's also the river bush willow, but I think it's a little bright for the look that I'm going for here, so I'm gonna leave that be for this area. Underwater eelgrass, once again underwater. I think it's probably time to start going mad with cattails. Don't mind the fact that they're growing out of rocks, it's fine. All in the name of not having a dead lake. Dead lakes are dead. Which is a pretty obvious statement to make on the surface, now that I think about it. What I really wish is that Planet Zoo had offered us a mud texture. Oh, the things I could do with mud. But no, we've got dirt, but we ain't got mud. A great sadness to my heart. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do to make a body of water in this game look more natural. But the fact is that I don't actually want this lake to look perfectly natural. This is a 100% artificial lake, and I kind of want it to give that impression. So there aren't going to be any fallen logs or other detritus or stuff like that. It's going to be it's a 100% unnatural lake. Somebody is looking after everything here. Doesn't mean I won't go mad with power when it comes to the rushes. But it does mean I'm not going to be artfully arranging logs or anything like that. Okay, that last one is just way too low. Cattail will never grow its head underwater. Never put the cattail heads underwater because it will never look natural. It will only ever look unnatural because they just don't grow that way. Also, I have realized that I need to do the same thing over here that I did on the other side. Which means turn off random rotation. Doesn't matter that I have a line to water on. It's not a natural lake, and it's not supposed to look like a natural lake, but it is supposed to look nice. Like somebody curated this. Curated? Created? What is the right vowel? What is the right word here? there's climbing enabled on all of these. No! Main problem with using trees, guys. Climbing. Which does mean I gotta go around to all the trees that I put in and turn off declimbing. Disabled. 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 Climbing is not allowed. This is something that all players of Planet Zoo should do, no matter what kind of zoo they're doing. If it's franchise, if it's one of the challenges, well, in one of the challenges you might not be able to, but franchise, sandbox, whatever you're doing, turn off the climbing. What happens is the computer uses your processing power to calculate climbing paths on everything climbable all the time, constantly. My zoo is running right now. The computer is calculating where everybody's walking and all the climbing paths. And right now, the only climbing animals I have are the wolverines, so we have climbing enabled on their frame and on the trees in their habitat. But outside the habitat, trees should not be climbable because nothing will be climbing them. And over here in the red pandas, the climbing frame is climbable. Nothing else is climbable. If it's a non-climbing animal, things are not climbable in its enclosure. In fact, in the grizzly bears here, who do not require any climbing, not sure. Yeah, I did put in climbable trees, but I turned off the climbing because the bears don't need it. And in fact, if one of my big-ass grizzly bears tried to climb this tree, they would break it. So, so I turned off climbing on these trees because the grizzly bears do not require it. As good as the animations can be, it's not a good plan. It saves your processor power a great deal. Like all the little wood pieces around the zoo. Like over here. All these wood pieces are considered climbable. So I turned off climbing. Completely disabled the climbing, and that way climbing paths are not being calculated. There's no reason why anything would be needing to climb here. It's even if the animals should escape, they still don't need to climb anything outside of their enclosure. So save your processor power. Turn off climbing anywhere that is outside of the habitat of a climbing animal. And that way you save a lot of your processor power and your sanity. Now I'm wondering if I should really go with the clumps of cattails or if I should do the entire non-rocky edge of the lake. And I think I'm going to do the entire non-rocky edge because I do not like looking at the naked edge. I'm going to leave that bit there because I actually like how that bit looks. But these I do not like. So, back in here, I do have random rotation turned back on. Yes, I do. All right. So yeah, especially when you are dealing with trees and using trees for decor like I do, and like it is highly recommended that everyone does, then you should definitely look into whether or not the tree that you just put in is considered to be a climbable tree, and then turn climbing off, especially when it's outside of a habitat. It's very important. Oh, still sitting here dreaming of mud. I wish I had access to mud. If I could make the edges of this pond like super muddy. But no. Mud's too hard, guys. Whoops. Wrong 2 arrows. Like that. Whoops, I think I put some of the heads underwater there. There we go. Like, sand is all well and good, but how many lakes have you seen with sand? I mean, the Great Lakes do have sand along parts of them, but they're the Great Lakes. The smaller lakes, I don't really encounter sand with the smaller lakes. It's mostly like dirt and rocks. They're not big enough to create sand. And that's why I have not put a sandy edge on this, because it doesn't feel right. Especially, well, I mean, it is an artificial lake, so sand could be, like, I could make an argument for sand being a whole thing here. Like, because it's an artificial lake, they trucked in a whole bunch of sand. But still, a small lake like this... The thing about ponds is that they're actually quite similar to lakes, smaller lakes, in that it's mostly just squishy leading up to them. Big ol' sand beaches are for large bodies of water. Very large bodies of water. That feels a bit better. I'm not going to extend the cattails under the bridge. That doesn't feel right, but having this patch here, that's good. Okay. We are definitely making progress. Progress. The middle of the lake is still really dead. Whoop. Ended up inside the castle there for a moment. Now, the Amazon water lilies are huge, but they also... I just don't feel like they look right with the willows and stuff. So I think I'm going to be using a combination of the common water lily and the blue water lily, or the blue lotus. So like if I put a blue lotus here, and then and another blue lotus. These would never grow together. But I kind of like how it looks. The contrasting leaves, like, really, it's nice. You know, if I look at it from a very particular angle, close one eye and squint, it looks almost like Australia. Well, I could do the entire surface of the lake this way. I don't know that it would actually look good. I think maybe if I just put in a few rafts of varying sizes. Like, there wouldn't be a big one over here anyway, because this is not the biggest space. A little bear head, maybe? Yes, I am amusing myself. Thank you. That one's too small. What about this one? No, I don't... Yeah, like just a little one there. too close to the duckweed. Not too much the same shape as each other. Alright, one more, like right over here. Use one of those. Bit more of the blue. Like that. Yeah, I'm feeling that all right. I'm actually going to come in here with the fake duckweed. And promptly grab the wrong ones. Nope. Let's just pull it over here and just have a little bit over here. I keep grabbing the wrong ones. These are the ones that I keep meaning to grab and not actually getting my fingies on. That's weird. How did I rise above the surface of the water? Or at least it... Oh, it's because the rocks are so weird here. If I do like that, and we yoink it over here, and do something similar over here against these rocks. I keep grabbing the green when I don't mean to. Like that. Come on. What was that alert? Why was I getting an alert that just went away again? Are people sneaking through that path again? One moment while I make sure that people aren't attempting to walk through here. Well... I don't know why she was trying to path through there. I had to stop everybody just so that the guests wouldn't be using this anymore. They're not supposed to. It's a staff path, but the guests were just forcing themselves on there. Okay, grab this. Catch it in here. That. Not far enough, literally. Oh man, I just keep grabbing the wrong one here. I mean to grab these two, but I keep grabbing the green plus something else, whatever the else is. There. That is definitely much better. Still not 100% sure what to do with this lawn bit back here. Aside from, you know, duplicating a bunch of oak trees. Whoops, sank that a bit further than I meant to. I'm trying. I'm not entirely certain where to stop this and start the more cultivated stuff, to be honest. Okay. Take this. I'm just trying. I don't know what I'm trying. Apparently that looks better with the long grass than it does with the short grass, which kind of makes sense. So, you know, I'm fairly content with that. It does feel like there's like a hole right here. Maybe if I do like... and take this and like just move it just slightly this way. Oh my goodness, I think I have a lake. I think it looks like a lake. I'm feeling pretty okay about that. I've still got big wide open spaces in my zoo, but there are fewer of them. Okay. I think I'm going to fill in one more section of the snake garden. I can't really... I can do this area now that I've gotten the lake done, but I'm not entirely certain what I want to do with it besides having this glorious yew tree here. Which actually... kind of want this more... here-ish. Like that. But yeah, I definitely want to have this yew tree right here, but I'm not 100% certain what I want to do with the ground under the yew tree. So I'm still debating that. So, are people using this? I really hope so. Actually, one way to find out. Guest needs. Oh, that's a lot of happy people. I like to see that. I don't know why those people are unhappy over there, but... oh, look at that sea of green. Why are these people over here so unhappy? Hello? What's your issue? Hi. I think they're trapped. If I were to like... oh, yep, they were trapped by the waste bin. That's why they were so unhappy. They were trapped by the waste bin. Okay, so now they really want to do a lot of things. But they're going home because they're extremely, like, they're 0% on everything. They were trapped for so long. Does that mean that these folks here are trapped as well? Probably does. Behold, freedom! They're thirsty and they want to sit down. So they're going to Cosmic Cow milkshakes, which is an excellent choice for that incredible thirst that they're experiencing. Apparently I'm going to have to remember to check the Timberwolves regularly to see if people have gotten stuck. The milkshakes are right here, guys. Just go to the milkshakes. They're third in line? Second in line? I also trapped my security guard, didn't I? Yeah, I trapped my security guard with a waste bin. That is spectacular. Oh, look at that thirst thing just pop right up. They are taken care of. Of course, after they take care of their thirst, they immediately have to pee. That's just the way these things work. So off to the bathrooms they go. Okay, that's two things they need in the green, but they're going to the snakes instead of sitting down. Oh, nope, they decided to buy hats. That's very strange because they need energy, which means that they ought to sit down, but... I love that their most recent thought is this zoo is very spacious, and yet they were trapped. They were trapped by a waste bin. Okay, do we have any other desperately unhappy people, particularly, anybody else trapped in the Timberwolves? No? Hopefully? Okay, so why are you extremely unhappy? You're very hungry. They're going home, but they're just standing there. Wish I could have stayed longer to see... Okay, they were last at the Arctic Fox, so why are they just standing there? Is this another case of being trapped by the bin? Why are people getting trapped by my bins? Okay, so what I've learned is that people are getting trapped by my bin placement and becoming desperately unhappy because of it. this is apparently just extremely poor placement on my part. If I were to just... Why am I doing this way? Let's just select them all. Like that. It's okay that there's only 3 tables down here, because there's more tables up here if people really want tables. And this is like a major path, which I have already put a block on by having the educational signs, so... So yeah, my most unhappy people in the zoo are the ones that are trapped for some reason. One way or another. Oh man, have my trains glitched again? Y'all are super unhappy. The queue is too long. Okay. Where is the train? There's one of them, which means the other one is probably still sitting in the station? No. Where's my other train? That's one train. Where's the other train? There it is. That's very weird. I don't understand. Okay, so this train comes in. Probably everybody gets off. Whoop. Let's just occupy this space right here so we can see what's going on. Everybody gets off except for one person? Oh, nope, there he goes. So now the train is empty. And it fills up. And everybody, okay, it's full up, and there it goes. So the delay is basically the really big loop that it goes on before it goes to the next station, which is not anything that I can change at the current time. Did those really unhappy people get on? No, they did not. What is your problem? Who actually knows? Everything is happy. They are okay. Spent too much time walking. Okay, they're just tired. They're just tired. That's the problem. That's why you shouldn't bring children to my zoo. And you, what's your problem? You're hungry. They think everything is okay. I mean, what the heck? The view from this bench was okay. Why are you desperately unhappy when the only thing you want is a burger? See, this is another reason why I decor a lot. But anyway, what I was checking was energy, which is people spending bench time. And we have orange scattered here and there, but we don't really have any clusters of orange. And I'm not seeing any red, with the possible exception of those people who are waiting to get on the steam train and getting real tired. Yeah, people are tired waiting for the steam train. But pretty much all of the areas where I have any clusters of folks who are, you know, tired, I have benches nearby. Although I may have made this nubbin too big, I don't think I've seen anybody use more than this one bench here, so it just may be too far off the path. What if I put a bench there? And this turn is too tight for a bench? Come on. Why does it want to be like that? Okay. Hopefully with this placement there's going to be at least 3 benches that are actually going to be used in here. They don't like to go very far for their benches, so despite the fact that I like make these really nice areas just off the path where they can sit, they just don't use them because the programming is 6. The programming is a little wonky when it comes to that. My feeling is that, you know, they know where every shop and every animal is in this zoo. If they're tired, they should be able to sense a bench, like say, hey, there's an unoccupied bench right there, let me walk to it. But no. Oh, did those really unhappy people finally get on that train? Maybe. I don't think they're still in line at the train station. They were really close to the front. Yeah, they're definitely not still there. Anyway, what I was saying before I started around on that is I think I will do one more area of the snake garden here. What is this? Education speaker is overlapping. Okay, that's Arctic Fox overlapping with... Isn't this Arctic Fox? Oh. You think these are touching? Well, go off, King. We'll just nudge this over here just a little so that there's a bigger gap. And hopefully that would be okay. Oh, look at that! The alerts disappeared. They weren't touching. They weren't touching. People really love the skunks, though. Okay. Snake Garden. Well, you know what? Let's do this swath under the tamarind tree. Once again, I want something that will cover the fake grass, but not something that will detract over much from the tree. I wonder if I just use the Nataria. I'm not... Yeah, the Nataria can't actually compete with the fake grass, though. Wait, I have an idea. Campion moss. Or carpet moss. If I cover it all with carpet moss, we'll never be able to tell that the grass is there. Whoop. Although I think I may have to turn off random rotation for this one. At least for the edges. I think I need a rounder piece. That is not rounder. It's also not exactly Okay, I think I need to turn off random rotation for a moment here. Like this. Now, I do like mixing the campion moss with the carpet moss. But in this particular case, the campion moss has... The reason I like mixing it is because the campion moss has flowers. But I don't think that the flowers... Like, the flowers are pink. And I don't think that they're going to go very well with the tamarind. So I'm probably going to mix something else in. I'm just not 100% certain what. And we just use this little piece to just sort of erase the seams. Just so that it looks like one piece of moss is like filling the whole area rather than several disparate pieces. That's the thing. The people, they like seeing animals that are healthy and happy and stuff, but they also like to be surrounded by pretty. They will forgive a lot if it looks nice around them. And having a bunch of plants and trees is the easiest way to make things look nice around them. So, you know, you have a bunch of guests who aren't enjoying themselves, and you can't figure out why because you've given them, you know, what they need, but they still just aren't happy. It means you just haven't put in enough plants. And I think I will use the Nataria here. We just do like this. just bring this through and adjust the height as necessary so that it just pokes up. The different ways you reuse plants is going to make them look completely different. They'll give a completely different impression. Like against the grass up at the base of the hawthorns, Nitario looks like more hawthorn. Sticking up through this moss, it looks like something completely different. I'm not sure what exactly it looks like. I'm not sure if anything natural looks like this, but I do think that it looks pretty good this way. And it also means that we have intense plant coverage going on around here. So the people will register this and be like, this is a nice looking zoo. I like how this zoo looks. This is the other reason why I don't like big fields of grass beyond, you know, nobody's playing soccer on them, so I find it hard to care. But it's also like big fields of grass aren't pretty. And man, do these zoo goers care about pretty. They care so much about it being pretty. So, yeah, a whole bunch of campion moss, some nice looking trees. So many of these Nitaria retusas. So many. It makes them happy, it makes me happy that they're happy. And I don't have big fields of grass. But, yeah. That's why I was getting annoyed at those kids for being like, oh, the view was okay. They don't actually mean the animals didn't look good or I couldn't see them. They meant, you know, this is an okay amount of pretty that has been put around here. And really, I want an intense amount of pretty, not an okay amount of pretty. Don't mind me while I manipulate some edges here. Oh, it's sticking out too much. Do we have anything smaller than 1 meter? Nope. Okay. It's not going to be those then. I need small and white. Wait a minute. Like daisies, maybe? The flowers don't come far enough out. Is there a smaller version of the Nataria? Too big. Too big. Way too big. Wait. Wrong color? No. No. Oh, definitely not. You know, I can't tell if this is the same bush as... Yeah, this is 01. That's the same. See, that's bigger, which is... Like, I want something that I can have out here at the edges. Maybe the hawthorn? It might be a little big. Yeah, that's too big. No, I don't have anything that'll come out to the edge the way that I want it to. Like, I want to be like something to come out closer to the edge, but without like sticking out into the path like that. And there is no angle on this bush that will let me do it. Wait a minute. What about the Labrador teas? Could I be saved by the Labradors? Like if I like brought these down. Not quite the same, but probably the closest I'm going to get. And at least I'll be able to bring it really close to the edge. The edge is the most important spot because that's where people walk. If I just sort of scatter these around randomly in here, hopefully the edge won't look quite so weird. Oh, this edge too. I think this is the answer. I think. And even if it wasn't the answer, I'm going to make it the answer. This. Yeah, I think, yeah. The one thing I don't know what to do is, like, sometimes I will read a guest comment that will be, hey, this view of this animal is so great, you can really tell a medium amount of effort has gone into planning this. I don't know how to get a great amount of effort or anything better than a medium. The best I ever get is a medium amount of effort obviously went into this, and it's just like, but I used my whole ass. So that's the main thing that I wonder about, is like, how do you, like, go from, oh, this obviously took a medium amount of thought or effort or whatever to create this, to, you know, obviously a lot of thought went into this. That's what I'd love to know. Because I see comments, you know, like, this zoo is amazing, and stuff like that, which I know is a commentary on my decor and which gives me a warm fuzzy, but it's also like, oh, those you can really tell a medium amount of effort went into this comments just really get to me. Okay. I think I am just about done with putting in Labrador tea. I am liking that. Although I do think I need a little bit more of the Labrador tea. Just a little bit over here. And like that. There. Admittedly, I could have put more plants under the bench in a very sneaky way in order to get people who use that particular bench to be like, wow, this is really awesome. But I think this is good. Why are there so many children? Why have you brought so many children to my midnight zoo? Why have you done this? Oh no. But yeah. I think that looks pretty nice. Admittedly, now I'm going to have to change my plan because I'm going to need to use a color here. So the plumeria is not going to do here anymore because this is a lot of white. Which means I can't use white here. It's not going to look like how I want it to. Where would be a good place to use the plumeria? Not there. I'm going to use the spikies there. You know what? Let's do that here. Now, admittedly, the snake garden is a very interesting kind of garden. But, you know, it's a garden that's being kept by a witch. Of course it's going to be a little different. Hopefully the plumeria is dense enough that I'm going to be able to just plaster over these holes without having to use the fake grass. That would be really awesome. We'll find out when I do it. I also need something for in here. But yeah, actually, I have so many white flowers. Should I actually use the plumeria? I think maybe, like I did use it over here to very good effect. But I think, you know, I think maybe the plumeria is... I have a lot of white going on over here. I think I need more colors. So we're going to actually remove the plumeria. Something else is going to have to go on. Because white, putting another patch of white here, not the best plan. Not the best plan. Oh, and these are also white. So yeah, we need like color here. We need something brilliant. The African daisies are a very bright color, but I'm not sure about like having an amount this big of them. Also, I'm not sure if they're dense enough to plaster over the holes. The Alpine Phacelia. Actually, let me have a look again. This patch of flowers that I put in here. Okay, so I used the fairy flowers. I think that's bramble. King Proti, yeah. And I set it all into. I'm pretty sure that's bramble. Yeah, that's bramble. Okay. And I mean, that looks awesome, but I don't want to repeat it. I'm trying to not repeat any sections. But yeah, the Alpine Phacelia is definitely an option. Let me pop that down. Arrowroot. Well, if I want to plaster over a place, arrowroot is definitely the right choice. Although, gotta use the small ones because they're dense. What looks good with arrowroot that is a bright color? I need a bright color that looks good with arrowroot. Azalea is almost the right color of green, but I don't know about being able to do that. The main thing is, like with this garden, I want things to look like they're going a little wild. And you know, azaleas are lovely, but they also they look very them and the hydrangeas, they look very cultivated. Not my favorite for this sort of thing. Let's see here. Something brightly colored. We have Bedelia is the same color as the Alpine, which is awesome, but I don't think that's quite right for what I'm thinking, for what I'm hoping here. Let's see, what else have we got? We've got foxgloves, which I have not had a chance to use in the garden. Possibly if I floated them in. Oh, I think we have some option here. The arrowroot and the foxgloves? I like that. Okay, pink foxglove. Pink foxglove. Not white, not white. Yellow foxglove. Wasn't there a blue foxglove? Hold on a moment. Nope, there were two different kinds of pink, a white and a yellow. I could have sworn there was a blue foxglove in the game, but I guess I was wrong. There is a topiary fox. But I'm not going to be using that in this garden. Okay, so pink and yellow foxgloves. Whoop. The Alpine Phacelia. You know what? For that spot in the middle, we can get like this bright splash of purple surrounded by all this white. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. So in here I will use the arrowroot and the foxglove because they are the same color. And actually, let me grab another arrowroot or two. I also want this arrowroot. And yeah, I'm gonna grab this one as well. Wait, I'm not gonna grab that one quite yet. You know, I have the plan. Why don't I do this section? We don't want this to be too super tall, so I think this is the height that I would be looking for. down to the 4. I think I might have the other one set too high. That's sitting very high. But I'll work with it. Okay, so use the 4 to fill in more spaces. Mildly regret having put that one bush where I did. Fill, 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 fill. Fill, fill it in, fill it in. Okay, bring this in like this. And we're going to use this 2-meter one to create the density. And also to cover over these ugly, ugly holes. If I end this being able to see any grass, I will have failed at my task. Arrowroot and bramblebush are great for this sort of thing. They provide very intense coverage. So when you have a weird ass hole that you really need to cover, turn to the arrowroot, turn to the bramble. To some extent turn to the scaviola, but it's a little more difficult to use, I find. Brambles and arrowroots I find are really easy to adjust the size of by how much you sink them. The scaviola bush is a little more difficult. I find. I really wish they'd stop roaring when they talk about the snakes. Snakes don't roar. Okay, that makes me happy. Ha ha! And then we take these and we float them. I know they're not touching ground. It's fine. Because you can't even see where the ground is, so, you know, how long are the stems? Does it matter? It doesn't. As long as the base is inside the arrowroot, we're all good. And we scatter some yellow ones in here because that's just what I feel like. It is a pity. I could have sworn that there were some blue ones in the game. Not just the pink and the yellow ones. Ah, well. It'll look just as good with 2 colors as it would have with 3. And then some of these, just for variety's sake. Like that. Oh, that's a fairly big gap I missed. Let's put some flowers in it. Oh yeah, I am feeling that. I'm feeling that. I'm liking it. I'm very happy. I have never done anything like that before. I'm feeling quite accomplished now. And it's fine that the arrowroot sticks out through the fence because that's what it would do if it were an actual plant anyway, so. Yeah, that makes me pretty happy. I hope it makes the people happy too, but it makes me happy, and that's the important part. Whoops! Missed an arrowroot. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty cool. I love my snake garden. It is unlike any other garden that I have ever made. Okay, so a lot of accomplishments today. I have finally finished off the lake. I can't do the river yet because the river is still incomplete, so I refuse to work on the river until it's a fully a river. I still have some gaps here and there. Like I do have this area under the yew tree. I have the areas of the snake garden that I have not done. I think I've done most of this side of the tracks. I think it's just this bit and this bit left there. There's more left on the other side of the tracks. But making excellent progress there. Still have to fill through here somehow and put some fill in here. But I think actually, let me take this aqualaria here. One moment. I'm just going to extend this line of fake bushes this way just a little bit so that it meets up with the Korean trees. Yeah, that's good. That is good. I like that. And maybe copy this tree. Oh, no, that's... No, that ain't right. What about this tree? Tempting, but we have some issues with train interaction if I do that. Let's not. What if I copy either of these over to this little patch, though? No. I mean, maybe? It might be a bit much to be putting two of those so close together, though. What if I... Oh, no, we don't really want to cover up the panda. And I don't want to use the aqualaria tree as the aqualaria tree around here. That's gonna take away from the whole bushes thing. And I don't really want to extend it as bushes through here. Like this is fine, but I don't think that bringing the bushes up through here would be as fine. I think I need another tree. Like, not one of these two, but a different tree. Something else. Not that, because it's right there. Something smaller? Like maybe like one of these, which is actually a bush? No. No, that just doesn't feel right. No, that's not really right either. It's closer, but it's just a little too bushy. Like, I'd like to have something that I could put like a little line of. Well, I still don't know, even though I was looking at plants all during the Planet Zoo stream. But yes, I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to Millie's Owls, and I will... and next week, I will make an enclosure for the owls, possibly by copying the enclosure for the night monkeys. Like, if I use this same style, although it wouldn't suit an owl the way that it suits the monkeys. I mean, I really like my monkey enclosure, but I'm not sure that, like, copying the style of it across all of the habitats is going to be the right choice. Well, I'll figure out something that feels right for whichever owl I end up choosing. I had several that I had looked up to choose from, and yeah, I had 3 out of this set here that I was considering. And while the snowy owl was on the list, I don't want to put the snowy owl right next to the monkeys. That feels wrong. So I'm going to put something other than the snowy owl. But yeah, I will figure that out, and this will be where I will pick up again next time. I'm still really proud of the red pandas here, but yeah, it's gonna be difficult choosing which owl, but I'll figure it out. But that's a problem for future me. Current me is going to be calling it a night here, so I'm going to manually save the zoo for the first time tonight. I like to live dangerously. And this is where I am going to call my stream. It's been a very lovely night, but it is nearly 2 a.m. my time, which means it is definitely time to go. But good news, if you just cannot get enough of my working on the Zoo Nocturne here in Planet Zoo, you can find that on my YouTube channel, and you can also find my previous Wildermyth streams from earlier in this evening. They're all tucked away in their own little playlists, so you don't have to go digging through every single video, because I do archive my streams on there. So that's a thing. But what is going to be happening there is the videos go up, and they're all viewable on their various days and glorious time. And why did I just lose all my language skills there? It's gone. Well, I should definitely go. And I will be back again streaming on Wednesday night, starting at as close to 7 p.m. as we have enough people together to form a game. I will be playing either Among Us, or Scribble It, or 100% Orange Juice with my friends, depending on how many people show up. When we have the largest number of people possible, we play Among Us. When we have the smallest number of people possible, which is 4 players or less, we play 100% Orange Juice, which is basically a board game, which is kinda Anime Mario Party. It is chaotic madness, and we have a lot of fun with it. But if we have too many people show up to play 100% Orange Juice, but not quite enough for a game of Among Us, well, that's when we pull out Scribble It, which is a Pictionary style game where one person draws, everyone else tries to guess what that person is drawing, and whoever has the largest number of points at the end of 3 rounds wins the game. And then when my friends abandon me on Wednesdays, usually around 10:15 or 10:20 or so, I will be switching over to Power Wash Simulator, where I will be continuing on through the career path. I usually play Valheim on Wednesdays after my friends abandon me. However, I have just gotten a new mouse where all the buttons are in different places than my old mouse, and I'm still basically learning how to use it. And once I'm comfortable with it, I will be going back to playing Valheim again with the new mouse, once I'm comfortable with it. But until then, it's going to be Power Wash Simulator until at least the second Wednesday of April. So that's how that's going. Then on Thursday night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing Oxygen Not Included for Try Not to Die Thursday. I'll be continuing work on my base and my constant ongoing search for hydrogen. If I can just find hydrogen, I can finish the game eventually. But without hydrogen, I honestly do not know how I'm going to finish the game. So we'll see. Whether I find hydrogen or not. We'll see if I'm lucky or not. I've explored a large amount of the base, of the asteroid. However, there's still portions left unexplored, and there's still geysers left unidentified. So hopefully I will find what I'm looking for somewhere in here, because if I don't have a source of hydrogen, I don't know how I'm going to get things cooled down enough to actually use them. So that's the plan for Oxygen Not Included, is the ongoing search for hydrogen. Okay, and then Sunday night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing Baldur's Gate 3, where I'm going to attempt a fight that I failed at last night. It was an abject failure. Everybody died, but now I am refreshed. I had a long rest. All of my spell slots are back. Everybody's at full health, which is definitely not the way I went into that fight last time. So we will see if it goes any better this upcoming time. We just gotta hold out long enough, I think. But, you know, how long is long enough? That is the question. So, we'll see. And then, next Monday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I shall return to Planet Zoo, where I'm going to be continuing to try to, quote-unquote, finish off the eastern section, so that I can move on to other portions of the zoo for a bit. I can't finish my river until I work some more on the central section of the zoo, so that is next on the docket once I'm content with the eastern section. We're getting much closer to content with the eastern section. I'm getting a lot happier. There's a lot fewer things left to do than have been done, but there's still a bunch more to do, so it's going to be continuing work on the eastern section of the zoo here until I run out of Snake Garden and various things like that. So that is the plan. And that is the schedule for my upcoming week. All the games I'm going to be playing and everything that I plan to do in those games, at least for the ones that I can plan. But, you know, whether or not I have a plan, whether or not I actually follow my plan, which I did not do tonight in any way, shape, or form, I still have fun. And I've had so much fun tonight, and I hope that all of you have had at least as much fun as I have. And I hope that you all have a great night. Good night!